India activating international pressure on Pakistan, because now it's Pakistan who says they will retaliate, and now if they do, then India will hit hard. So India activating all kinds of pressures right now where international pressure comes into play as well.
You know what's extremely significant? Pakistan has shut down Lahore and Sialkot airports. Pakistan has closed its airspace for the next 48 hours. Pakistan anticipates that India could up the ante after Pakistan responds. So they want any movement in the air that's spotted on their radars to be seen as absolutely escalatory in terms of a target that needs to be taken down, because Pakistan has once again failed, Preeti. Pakistan could not see 9 incoming aerial threats to 9 different locations. Now they've shut the Lahore and the Sialkot airport for the next 48 hours. Preeti, this is hugely significant. Let's also bring into this conversation, Preeti, Lieutenant General Sanjay Kulkarni, former Director General of India's Infantry, who joins us on this broadcast. General Kulkarni, 9 targets, including one in Bahawalpur, Pakistan's Punjab province. Big statement by India.
Definitely, Gaurav, it couldn't have been better. Not for any other reason, this restrained retaliation by India on precise strikes, and primarily Bahawalpur, which is supposedly the hub of Jaish-e-Mohammed and the terrorists. And I don't think Pakistan has any moment now to do. But however, Pakistan will retaliate. There will be ceasefire violations. There is no denying the fact, but we are prepared for it. And I'm sure Pakistan has got the message that these kind of strikes that they've done, and the Operation Sindoor, aptly named, just primarily the way they had gone about killing 26 of the innocent people. Yes. I think it couldn't have been better. If you ask me, Pakistan was asking for it. Pakistan had been time and again, and probably Pakistan was aware of what India would be doing. Otherwise,
but you know, Preeti, the fact remains,
dispatch their family.
Absolutely, General. The fact remains, Preeti, India has targeted terrorist launch pads and terrorist training camps. There are no terror launch pads and training camps in India. What will Pakistan strike? If Pakistan strikes, let's say, a brigade headquarters or a battalion headquarters or any military location, that will be escalation by Pakistan, which will be adequately responded to. So the ball is in Pakistan's court. Will it dare to escalate? You know, apart from LC hotting up, anything else that Pakistan does will have massive consequences for Pakistan.
Because, you know, Gaurav, with what all's coming in, because till now what we've been given to understand that 9 terror establishments across 3 locations in Pakistan, 2 in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, 1 in the Punjab province, have been targeted by India in a precision measured strike. But Gaurav, I want to get you in, and maybe you can weigh in on it. One, because right now we don't have details coming in on what these 9 locations are, but one of them of utmost importance, India has targeted Masjid Subhan Allah in Bahawalpur. Now this has very, very strong Jaish connection.
Bahawalpur is Jaish-e-Mohammed headquarters. And you know, for those of us who covered IC-814 hijack, for those of us who covered the fact that India had to release that Maulana of terror, Masood Azhar, and he went to Pakistan and he set up the Jaish-e-Mohammed in Bahawalpur. Remember, Pakistan's Punjab province, Preeti, it has 2 very major terrorist training camps and launch pads in Punjab province. One is Muridke. Muridke is Lashkar-e-Taiba. The second is Bahawalpur, and Bahawalpur is Jaish-e-Mohammed. The fact that India has targeted Jaish-e-Mohammed, you know, hitting the heart of Jaish-e-Mohammed's terror training camp is a big significance statement that's being made, not just as far as Pahalgam is concerned, but even as far as IC-814 hijack is concerned, Preeti.
You know, once again, viewers, we're going to put this in perspective. Why is this a never-seen response by India? Because the last time when the surgical strikes happened was very, very different, Gaurav, because yes, Pakistan didn't even admit to it. And today you've had the Prime Minister, you've had of Pakistan, you've had the Pakistan Army coming out and clearly corroborating what India has said.
You know, I want to just put out a picture in 2 minutes from now, which somebody from Pakistan has sent me. It's a picture of DG of their Pakistan's Prime Minister was at ISI headquarters last night. So they anticipated something. Yesterday, he was at ISI headquarters. Pakistan's Prime Minister, Pakistan's Army Chief, Pakistan's entire ISI leadership, they were there and they were photographed at ISI headquarters. So Pakistan anticipated perhaps something was going to happen. But did they anticipate that India would strike 9 targets? And you're absolutely right. Surgical strikes, Pakistan didn't even admit it had happened. I was reporting from Srinagar after Pulwama when the Balakot airstrikes happened, and then DG ISPR at 5 in the morning, he said that yes, Indian Air Force planes came and they struck some place in Balakot, and that time we weren't sure whether it was Balakot POK or Balakot in KPK, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. Pakistan conceded and confirmed that had happened, but they launched a swift retort the next day. Now, Preeti, this is huge when 9 different targets have been acquired in Pakistan and Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir. So India is very clearly saying no part of Pakistan is safe. If you're a terrorist or a terrorist backer, we will target you anywhere, Preeti.
And from here on, and Lieutenant General Sanjay Kulkarni, I want to also bring you in, and maybe you can weigh in on it, because the ball now is in Pakistan's court, because India's message, India's press release, and I think there are a couple of words that one really needs to underline, that this was a measured response, that this, and this is the most important word, General, was a non-escalatory response, and only targeting terrorist outlets and no military establishment. India has made it very clear that this was retaliatory to Pahalgam. This is not, should not be looked as escalatory in nature. Right after that, we have the NSA who picks up the phone and calls and briefs America. So now India, the next step for India, justice is served. And hoping now that there's enough international pressure on what is a rogue country to not react or retaliate to this.
Thank you, Preeti. I sincerely hope Pakistan stops being a hub of terror, because this retaliatory and precise measures to only strike where the terrorist camps were and the terrorists were being trained, no denying the fact. And the fact that Kotli, Muzaffarabad, because I remember seeing Muzaffarabad from Sangha. So all these targets, especially the blackout that has occurred over there, is indicative, and all of it, the response of the retaliation has come from Pakistan. You've had their Prime Minister tweet, you've had their DGIS tweet that the retaliation will be there. But I do not see any retaliation coming from Pakistan as of now. But of course, the ceasefire line will get heated up. There will be cross-border firing which will take place along the LOC. But notwithstanding that, I think it was something that Pakistan was asking for it. And Pakistan has been time and again, and the very fact that the mock drills were to be today is indicative. Probably an indication was given that should India be retaliating, what should be the public be doing in India? And don't visualize. I don't think Pakistan will retaliate, because even our
but Gaurav, but will Pakistan actually, heed to sense here and not retaliate? Because at least with what and it doesn't seem that the army or the executive knows that, what's going on with the other, where Pakistan is concerned. The army has come up with a completely different definition of what has really gone down, and the Prime Minister has issued a statement which doesn't quite concur what the army seems to suggest.
Again, a big story. So Pakistan is also now going through the motions, while every decision in Pakistan is taken by Pakistan Army Chief General Asim Munir. But the fact is that they've also called a national security meeting tomorrow at 10 in Pakistan. In India, 11 o'clock there's cabinet meeting. 11 o'clock, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his cabinet will be meeting. The Cabinet Committee on Security will be meeting. Because do keep in mind that Pakistan will retaliate. But will this retaliation be beyond the LC heating up? Look, it's 770 kilometers of line of control. Along 770 kilometers, it's about 500 kilometers plus. The general can correct me on a couple of kilometers here. Okay, big story. Indian Air Force exercise has started 1:30 at night. Indian Air Force started its exercises, and the roar of IF fighter jets, that's continuously resonating on the skies of Jaisalmer. So it's southern Rajasthan that you have Indian Air Force that is carrying out its exercises. There are very aggressive exercises, Preeti, which are known as CAP or Combat Air Patrols. Now in your CAPs, your fighter jets, India has the Rafales, the Su-30 MKIs, the AWACS up in the air. You can look 300 kilometers deep inside enemy territory, and you can acquire multiple targets simultaneously and take them down. So if Pakistani fighter jets cross that 10-kilometer line. Their fighter jets and our fighter jets are not supposed to go 10 kilometers
So
from
they
the
have the
international border.
F-16s and we have Rafales right now.
They have the F-16s, we have the Rafales, we have the Mirage 2000s, we have the Jaguar deep penetration strike aircraft, and we have the Su-30 MKIs capable of taking 8 tons of heavy weaponry, including the BrahMos supersonic cruise missile, Preeti.